Yo, what's going on, guys? We're back with another video. Today we're gonna be reacting to tourists in Japan, foreigners in Japan ruin it for everyone. Let's check it out.
Japan has turned into a theme park for tourists. It seems like every other week there's a new video going around the internet where tourists act like they own the country, which eventually leads into public outrage. Things have gotten so bad that now there's a name for
Bro,
them.
they're legit ruining it for everyone. Like legit, I'm trying to go visit Japan and they're gonna ruin it for me, bro. Like legit, because all these TikTokers trying to go viral
People
in
who do
Japan.
this kind of stuff are called Meiwaku Gaikokujin, which simply
Namiku
translates to
Kaguru.
nuisance foreigners, and the situation is worse than ever before. The Japanese economy is not doing good, and their currency is weaker than it has been
Yen is
in
dropping.
decades. This means that Japan has
I
become
heard
an
yen,
affordable
yen
place
is
to
like
visit
terrible
for
right now.
people across the world, which has caused tourism to spike up, and as of right now, Japan is having the most tourists visiting the country that it has ever had before in its history. With millions of people visiting, there's bound to be bad eggs in the bunch, who don't know how to be respectful in a foreign country. This is further affected by the fact that now with the rise of social media, influencers have started spreading the image that Japan is a fun cartoon land where everything is quirky and you can treat it like a theme park. We've already had many situations like this go viral this year, and now with another video popping up,
What?
we've already
What is
had
this
many
woman
situations
doing?
like this go viral this year.
This short ass woman, bro. My friend is the same height as this. Like legit. She's legit just running up and trying to record her.
And now with another video popping up with these guys dancing and doing pull-ups on the train, I thought it's time to talk about this
Bro, this is some shit you see in New York. Like, this is some shit you see in New York. Why is it in Japan? At least one guy is enjoying it.
again. Now, I'm not saying I haven't thought about doing pull-ups in the train, but the reason I haven't done it is simply because it's not something you should be doing in Japan. Since most people in here have to spend hours in the train packed like sardines on their way to work,
Damn.
there's a consensus that trains are a place where you don't mess around. Sure, there are many Japanese people who don't follow the rules and cause chaos in the train, but the difference is that it's their country. Of course, they shouldn't be doing it either. But tourists
This man is fighting demons, bro. This man is fighting demons, bro. Like he really just punched, kicked in the air.
But tourists should put an extra effort into not acting like dickheads, because it's just not cool.
What is this dude trying to do?
You might like walking around naked in your own house, but if you come to my house, keep your clothes on. I don't want to say doing an obnoxious TikTok dance on the train is the worst thing you can do, and even some kids seem to be enjoying it on the videos. But to me personally, it doesn't matter where I am when I'm coming home.
Yo, dude, this floor is like dirty. Like you really laying on the floor for a TikTok. Like you
From my
really
18-hour shift at the office, I don't wanna see this bullshit. And there are clearly people who think like me on the video, as you can clearly see from the reactions they give to this guy. Let me be straight with you, Japan as a country can be pretty racist. Living here means that I have to put extra effort into being considerate. For example, if a Japanese person sees another Japanese person crossing the road on a red
Yo, it looks so beautiful here.
For example,
Like it looks so beautiful. Like this is literally the scene where they did the drift in Tokyo Drift. Like I really want to come here.
if a Japanese person sees another Japanese
This
person
crosswalk
crossing the
is
road on a
famous
red
for being
light,
busy.
they're going to think that one guy is an a-hole who doesn't follow the rules. But if they see me cross the road on a red light, they're going to think all foreigners are a-holes. So, in order to keep us foreigners on good terms with the locals, I have to act like a saint. Which is fine. I'm here because I want to be here, and that's the sacrifice I have to make. If you even can call, having to act like a nice person to be a sacrifice. Over the years, we have had many nuisance foreigners causing trouble and being on the news. But things between the tourists and many nuisance
Is that Logan
foreigners
Paul?
causing trouble and being on the
Yo, this man, bro. This man with his Japan video, bro. This man definitely like he was a foreigner to them, and he definitely ruined the reputation for every foreigner that came after him, bro. Legit, because of that one video.
news. But things between the tourists and the Japanese are worse than they have ever been now, and it's only getting worse each day. The good thing is that collectively the internet has been clowning on these guys and condemning their actions whenever situations like this have popped up. One thing I'd like to remind people though is that not every Japanese person thinks doing stuff like this is as disrespectful as you might think. When you look at the comments, there's usually a mixture of opinions, though unsurprisingly, since the country is 98% Japanese and many people here have a negative opinion on foreigners, they usually tend to lean into negative territory. And rightfully so. In most of these cases, the people acting up have deserved a reality check for their stupidity. The worst offenders from recent memory being Logan Paul, Johnny Somali, Suspendus, and Phidias. These are the big ones, but there are many smaller ones happening all the time. Just recently, a girl was on the news for doing TikTok challenges on a local shrine, which was probably the wrong place to be doing that. There has also been huge talk about tourists taking photos of
But they really don't respect anything, bro. These foreigners don't respect anything. Like legit, they don't even know like the context of where they're at, and they just do random stuff, bro. It's always, bro. That's the problem with the internet. Anybody does anything for clicks and likes, like legit anything. Even if it makes them look really stupid, even if they annoy other people, if it's for their own like it's for their personal to get likes and clicks, then it's okay in their
Fuji
mind,
in the wrong
which
places,
is
blocking
which isn't the
traffic and
case.
overall causing nuisance to the local people. Not to forget, tourists in Kyoto taking photos of the Maiko in extremely disrespectful manner. There's a huge spectrum of the nuisances tourists do around here, and I tend to agree with many of the criticism since tourists can be annoying anywhere in the world.
Nah, bro. Nah, bro. I hate this. Is annoying, bro. Like legit. She walked the other direction, and you're probably nah, bro. If I was this person, I would slap the fuck out of this bitch.
Then there are some things where the hatred against tourists goes a bit too far and the national news start blaming foreigners for eating all the rice in the country, like I mentioned in my earlier video. So the Japanese reactions to these events are mostly understandable, but sometimes they might be a bit too extreme. But one thing I've noticed when reading the reactions from the West is that, at least to me, it seems like many people out there simp for Japan a bit too hard. Japan is considered to be the cleanest, most respectful paradise on earth, and sure, it is a great country, but in the end, I do think people forget that it's just a country. When some a-hole travels on the train without a ticket in Japan, people go insane and want to cancel them, but when someone does it in another country, nobody cares. When Assassin's Creed gets historical things wrong about Japan, there's an outrage, but when they do it in their other games, nobody cares again. Most of the time, these things deserve to be ridiculed, and it's nice that people want to defend the country I live in and love. However, I do notice the inconsistencies to the reactions when it's about Japan. People love the idea of Japan being this utopia, which is why most online content about it is how amazing everything is in here.
It's because of anime. I'll be honest. The reason why people put Japan as so high regards than any other place is because of anime. Because anime is like really popular. Not just Japan, but everywhere else in the world. Especially I know it's like Dragon Ball, One Piece, Naruto. Like legit, I feel like anime gave this like put Japan on a step stool and made it regarded as this sort of utopia, even though it is just regular place. But still, Japan's cool. Like I would love to just live there.
Simply because it sells. I try my best to give a realistic view of the country in my videos because I want you guys to love the country like I do. I want you to love it for what it is, not for what you'd want it to be. Japan is not an utopia, it's just a regular country. But don't forget that when you're traveling in here, even though it is just a regular country, it's not your country. So to anyone who wants to travel to Japan, do your best and try to avoid acting like you own the place, because, well, you don't. Whenever people act like this, it only makes the local people hate us foreigners even more, and will make traveling to Japan harder for all of us.
Very important video. I'll put the video down description if y'all want to check it out yourself. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.